Welcome back, folks. Thursday kept this wild rally alive again, with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ pushing to fresh record closes, while the market kept brushing off just about every excuse to pull back. But under the surface, oil jumped, the Dow still lagged, and several key charts kept hovering at the kinds of levels that can turn into real decision points fast. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's get into what we're seeing. Please note that none of this is buying or selling advice. We're just calling what we see happening in the charts as things develop.
Yeah, the momentum we're seeing right now is just incredibly stubborn. I mean, NASDAQ futures just stacked up a 9-day winning streak.
9 straight days.
9 days. And, if you look at the Russell 2000 ETF, IWM, it literally just logged a new all-time closing high.
Yeah.
But the really fascinating part is the glaring anomaly sitting right next to those numbers.
Right, because both the U.S. dollar and light crude oil actually popped today.
Exactly. They both popped, completely bucking their normal negative correlation with stocks.
Wait, hold on a second. If the dollar and oil are both surging, history tells us stocks should be suffocating right now. A strong dollar hurts corporate profits abroad and, well, expensive oil just squeezes margins.
Which is exactly why this is so notable.
Right. So could this rising dollar be the canary in the coal mine, signaling an impending Friday pullback? Or are traders just asleep at the wheel?
Well, that's the exact tension we're tracking. But when you drill down into specific setups, the buying pressure is just defying that gravity. Take Rivian Automotive, for example. Ticker RIVN.
Yeah, Rivian.
Yeah, so it broke upward out of a symmetrical triangle this week, completely ignoring its really poor fundamental backdrop.
So they're just brushing off the bad news entirely.
Totally. And mechanically, a symmetrical triangle is just a chart pattern where price gets squeezed tighter and tighter, between lower highs and higher lows. It acts like a coiled spring. Eventually, the tension gets too high, and the price snaps violently in one direction.
And here, it snapped up. So trading purely on fundamentals when the price action violently disagrees is, well, it's like arguing with a rainstorm. You're still going to get wet.
That is a great way to put it. There's that old trading adage that price remains irrational longer than you stay solvent. As a trader, you really have to hold your conviction loosely and just cut your losses when the chart proves your thesis wrong.
You can't just fight the tape forever.
Exactly. Identifying that line in the sand where you mathematically know the odds are against you is critical. And frankly, mastering that exact discipline is what Grok Trade's mentorship program teaches. You don't blindly hold and hope.
Which makes sense because those lines in the sand are popping up everywhere right now.
They really are. We're watching the utility sector ETF, ticker XLU, attempting to consolidate right now. And CrowdStrike Holdings, CRWD, is testing upper resistance, testing to see if its own spring will snap upward like Rivian's.
Hey, don't forget, if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, let us know in the comments. We want to know what you're tracking to make these videos more relevant if possible, and we'll do our best to talk about what we see in a future episode. And as always, drop a like if you appreciate these market summaries and click subscribe too so you can stay updated.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear from you guys.
So going back to the macro picture, if equities are just shrugging off event risk and expensive oil, how are they doing that? What's the excuse?
Well, Wall Street is hyper-focused on immediate cash flow. So strong current earnings and these lingering hopes for peace are temporarily overriding all those Iran war uncertainties and inflation concerns tied to elevated oil.
Oh, so the macro risk is still there. It's just being ignored for the shiny object in front of them.
Exactly right. Earnings are overriding the anxiety, at least for today.
Okay, so if equities are brushing off that event risk with this earnings armor, how are defensive and alternative assets reacting? Are they buying into the optimism?
Not really. As we mentioned yesterday, crypto feels incredibly lethargic compared to stocks right now.
Like it's just dragging its feet.
Yeah, it lacks that NASDAQ-level enthusiasm. Bitcoin must hold its rising support from the February 5th and March 29th closes. If that floor gives way, the lag starts to matter a lot more.
And what about the metals?
Meanwhile, gold and silver are stuck in these unresolved bear flag structures, so they really aren't getting that buying surge either.
Wow. So with bulls relentlessly squeezing this market higher, while oil climbs and the Dow continues to lag behind, will tomorrow bring another stubborn push upward for the first real crack?
Have a great rest of the day, everyone, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.